I'm just annoyed that City always have our number. I'm at a stage where, and it's early on in the season, even if we win, we don't win the league.
We very much feel like the little brother. But make no mistake about it, we are still the bigger club.
People are saying, we're never going to win the league and it's just over. If we drop points at City, that's it, it's done. What's the point of being a supporter? It's not a must-win for me. If we win, it's a good step. If we win, I don't think we win the league. If we lose, I don't think we lose the league.
I think what you need to do is embrace the challenge.
Welcome back to AFTV. We're outside the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal face Man City, a massive game in game week 8 of the Premier League. Now, if you remember, it took a while before we played Man City last season. The passing of the Queen meant the game got delayed, and it was a massive game because Arsenal found themselves in a title race. That was a bit of a surprise to most. This year, especially after the money we spent, the start we made, 5 wins out of 7, 2 draws, undefeated in the Premier League, and we can't say the same about Man City. Hey, we've got to have something, We've got to have something on them. This is a massive opportunity and a massive moment for Arsenal. Here to break it down with me and preview the game is Mr. Laurie Lyle and Mr. Cecil G. Thomas. Let's go into it.
We've names.
Got government names as well.
It's a very professional occasion. This is the big one. I feel like we should be, in black suits and all that, sort of ready to really take it on. But I'm going to start with the vaguest of questions. How are we feeling, Laurie?
You know what? I'm so excited for this game for so many reasons, not least being this is a barometer of where we are as a club, right? Because, okay, we're unbeaten, which is good, still not hit our fluid best. However, City come to town, a team we've not beaten since, December 2015? And in the league, in the Premier League.
I was there.
Yeah. So, listen, it's about time we beat them, but not just that. We need to lay down a marker for this season and say we are genuine title contenders. And I can't wait.
Cecil, you're not quite as...
No, I'm not. I'm more the other side of that. I have Turkish syndrome at the moment. I'm very...
Glass half full.
Very pessimistic. I'm worried about this game. And I'm also annoyed. Big up AFTV. I watched, obviously, the preview, the who's going to win with Boovie, Big Steve. And it just annoyed me. And I feel... this fixture is starting to really get on my nerves, and I think I really want to mention this should be massive for Mikel Arteta. Yeah, this is a big one for Mikel Arteta. I've read all the build up to this game in the media online, and it says, Mikel hasn't beaten Pep Guardiola. He hasn't beaten a Pep Guardiola side in the league, and he kept referring to Mikel as his apprentice. I just think it irks me, and it should annoy him. He's made some decisions recently as well, Mikel Arteta, the Bukayo Saka, overplaying him. I agree with that. What's going on? I think he should be able to assess Bukayo Saka. I was at a club, I was at Bristol City last week, and after every match, they assess the players. No matter how much the player is going to say, yes, I want to play, I'm fit, I'm ready, the assessments will give you the breakdown if the player is up to speed and actually able to play to their 100%. So he should have been smarter in making that decision, and I'm just annoyed that City always have our number all the time. Like I said, 2015 was the last time we beat them in the league. The last time we had a clean sheet against them was in 2015. Yeah. Company was playing in that game. He's now a manager. Aguero was playing in that game. He's now retired. Joe Hart was in goal for them. Come on, I'm at a stage where, and it's early on in the season, even if we win, we don't win the league. I understand that. It's
early on in the preview. You've lost your head. Are you all right?
Bro, sorry. I don't know what it is.
Pass the Xanax, man.
No, just sometimes it's just annoying. It just annoys me.
And I get it. We're going to go into some numbers that will enlighten us a little bit on why we're so annoyed. But they've got their treble. They've had an amazing last 10 years or whatever, since the new ownership. And credit, you don't just need the money, you need to spend it wisely. And they built fantastic infrastructure as a club. You go to the Etihad, you look at what they built around there as well, with the various academies and training facilities or whatever. Spend the money brilliantly. They got everything in place for Guardiola to have the great success, and that's fantastic.
Them charges come out, and it's not wisely spent.
And I know that because we've got Jesus and Zinchenko, because we haven't won the league, because we haven't beaten them in so long, because Arteta worked under Pep Guardiola, we very much feel like the little brother. But make no mistake about it, we are still the bigger club, we are the big Arsenal, and we are, for me, top 3, Man United, Liverpool ahead of us in terms of the biggest clubs in the country. I think it's about time we remind them of that.
And this is where I've got to disagree with my man Cecil here. Much love to Cecil, but I think you are coming at this from the wrong angle, my friend. I think what you need to do is embrace the challenge.
Yeah.
Last season we ran them close. This season we're unbeaten in the league. As I said before, we've not been at our fluid best. We lost to Lens. However, they lost to Wolves. We're heavy hitters. Them coming to the Emirates on Sunday we plant our flag in the ground and say, listen, man, we're here. We're slapping at your heels. We're about that life. That's the attitude that I
I'm
want
not
to
saying we
see.
should embrace the challenge. Of course we should embrace the challenge. I want us to win this game on Sunday, of course. But I'm just saying, I want to highlight, I said, Mikel Arteta, like every time of recent years we played City, we've been outclassed. We really have. It's like,
So that's why we should change it on Sunday.
I'm not saying we shouldn't. Of course, I want to see that. It's not
No,
like
but I don't want to hear all this. They always beat us. They always this, always that.
But that's
they
the
do.
truth to it. That's the truth to it.
While we're in that conversation, we may as well go through these stats that don't make for great reason. Our reading, Arsenal have lost their last 12 Premier League games against City, scoring just 5 and conceding 33. Their longest ever losing run against an opponent in league history. In fact, if Man City beat Arsenal in this game, make it 13 in a row, it would be the joint longest Premier League winning run for a team against an opponent, equaling Man United versus Wigan.
But let me just say this: did you expect Wolves to beat Man City last week?
No. Well,
No,
and I've got some stuff for hope in a sec. Arsenal are unbeaten in their last 8 Premier League games, 1-6, drew 2. So this goes back to the Wolves game at the end of
To
last
see the
season.
ops pull up.
With
Steve's over there.
Big Steve is
The
over there.
ops
Hello,
have pulled
Big
up.
Steve. With no, so currently on a longer such run coming into this weekend's game. So look, joint with Spurs, we're on the longest unbeaten run in the Premier League. Great, cool. Look, I'm going to offer some hope because I know those stats don't make for great reading. Here's some hope. I've done my research.
Thank you, James.
I've done this. This wasn't provided by Opta. I had to go do some digging in. So here we go. In Man City's first 12 games this season, and yes, I include the Community Shield.
Shamelessly.
Shamelessly, I've
I'll
included
take
the
it as
Community
well.
Shield.
I'll take it as well.
They've won 9 of their first 12. Okay, that's good. That's a good return. They've scored 25 goals. Wow, that is impressive, isn't it? Okay, 25 and 12. They sit first. Even better. They're first in the table, right? When I check, they're on top of the league. But how about this? They've gone behind or been equalised against 9 times in those 12 games. So when I say that in these first 12, City haven't looked like the imperious all-conquering City that we've seen. Yes, they're scoring goals. Yes, Haaland's still irresistible. Yes, they've got great players. Yes, they've been ultimately picking up results. But I see them 1-0 up against Fulham, and then I see them equalise against, and then a dodgy goal that shouldn't count puts them 2-1 up before half-time, 2-1 up before half-time, when they've only had 4 shots in that half. I look at them against Sheffield United after they're 1-0 up. They're on the ropes in that last 10 minutes. Sheffield United are actually, maybe on the ropes is strong, but Sheffield United are having some chances where we're making them uncomfortable. And then they get that equaliser. Okay, City turn it on and get the win. That Wolves result, and there's evidence of this in a podcast I do, I said I wasn't shocked that Wolves got that result. I predicted it before. Wolves might get a scare here. Yeah. So as brilliant as City are, and their last 5 tells you that, okay, they lost to Wolves, but ultimately they went and got wins in the 4 before those. In fact, in the other 6 before those. Yes, they're irresistible. Yes, they're brilliant. But I do believe that when you look at those 9, when the fact that you look at 9 of those 12 games, I can't even speak, they did go behind or get equalised against. Tells me that there's a slight.
But they started better. They started
go
better this season than last season, and last season they won the treble.
No, but
so
again, I think you're approaching it from a position of fearfulness.
Roy,
I'm saying,
you know what? You're right. And normally I don't normally have this energy. Normally I'm, everything's good, everything's rosy, it's sunny, it's great. We're gonna win this game. But I'm
shook, man.
No, I'm putting my realism hat on. I'm just thinking, they've got a lot, and people are gonna say, look, they've got Rodri out, they've got Kevin De Bruyne out. I understand that, but this is a Man City side that have just won the treble. They're the best team right now, and I don't want to give them too much flowers. I want Arsenal to be up for it, but I know the players watch this. I know people at the club watch this. I want them to be
Don't ever let him give a team
game.
talk to your team, because this guy. Listen,
Right.
I've got the utmost respect for City. I actually really like the way they play football, the way they go about things. A lot has been made about the money and the FFP and whatever it's called. But at the end of the day, we're Arsenal fans. We've got a very good team, very good manager. Listen, it's about time we stuck it on these guys. Sunday is as good a time as ever. I really believe that if we go out there and approach the game right, and we'll have to ride our share of good fortune, we can get a result here. Maybe even a win.
I believe that too. Let's touch on some other things like injuries. You mentioned De Bruyne is injured, Rodri is suspended. Arsenal now, Jurgen Timber, we know is out for sure. Partey is back with the team after being on the bench, but yet to play significant minutes since August, or any minutes since August. Martinelli's uncertain, and Bukayo Saka is unlikely. What I want to ask is this a must win? Because the debate came up on Forever Arsenal. I was asked if it's a must win, and my feeling was, it's not a season-defining game. I mean, come on, can the 8th game of the season be season-defining?
I would say season-defining if we lose.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
But like if you got Man United start to the season, they're not, and your aspirations are title hopes. Yes, it's season-defining because you need a win to start clawing it back. But Arsenal are in that position. If Arsenal lose this game, they go 4 points behind Man City. You can't say that the race is over. Yeah. Yes, it would be psychologically a blow because it'd be a 13th game, and you start thinking, how on earth are we ever going to win this league if Man City keep beating us? But a draw for me, it doesn't change much. It's, you know, Liverpool went toe to toe with City, took them all the way to 90 points, and didn't beat them in some seasons. Now, when they did win the league, they did. So, you know, you can look at it both ways. Is it season defining for you, sir?
It's not season defining for me. It's a must not lose. It's not a must win. I mean, if you
It's
get a draw,
life defining for you.
No. Do you know what it is? And it's like I said, it's a must not lose. It's Arsenal. Listen, when I interview fans, I spoke to fans after the Tottenham draw here. People are saying we're never going to win the league, and it's just over. If we drop points at City, you know, that's it. It's done. What's the point of being a supporter? Like, you have to. It's not a must win for me. If we win, it's a good step. If we win, I don't think we win the league. If we lose, I don't think we lose the league. So it's definitely not a must win, but it's a must not lose. I'd like to see us pick up 3 points. If we draw, that's a bonus as well. If we lose, it's not over.
Let me flip it for you then, Laurie, slightly differently. I think we understand. Nothing is absolutely determined or decided by game week 8, even in a game against Man City. But I think what would cause real uproar in the fan base, real frustration, real anger towards any kind of negative result, is if Mikel Arteta, in my humblest opinion, seems to have not learnt from the mistakes of earlier this season, contributing to perhaps a missed opportunity. I'm talking about the likes of Kai Havertz playing when he's not been in good form. Maybe not going for a double pivot in midfield and us getting overrun there. Maybe going with a forward line. I don't want to bring up names that Eddie struggled in the North London derby, for example. You know, that kind of thing. You know, or playing a Bukayo Saka who's not fit, but we're going to debate in the predicted 11 where he is. You know, things like that. Like, that could be where Arsenal fans think, okay, it's not season defining, but if you don't give us our best chance of winning this, and of course that's totally subjective, that's where people might get really frustrated.
Yeah, I think you make some very good points there, and I would agree with Cecil for the first time on this show that it's not a season defining game in terms of if we lose, it's all over. And even if we win, it doesn't mean to say we're going to win the title. It's definitely must not lose. But I would, even though I've been sounding a very positive note, I would take a draw. And obviously it would depend on the nature of the draw. If we're 3-0 up and then we concede 3 goals in the last, then obviously that's different. But I would, on the face of things, take a draw. But what I would say is this, for me, as I hinted at it earlier, the most significant part about this game on Sunday is it's a marker as to how far we've come and where we measure up to City in terms of, can we really challenge them? Can we push them all the way this season? Yeah. So that's why I'm so much looking forward to this game. I'm excited for this game, and I really do think we can do some big things.
I love the way you pose that question to Laurie there, Jay. I'll be real, because that is what I'm going on in this preview. It's on Mikel Arteta for me. It really is. Like, they have got players out, and I laud Mikel Arteta up so highly, but you have to beat your master at some point. You have to get rid of this, like this hoodoo over City. You got to.
We need our Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi moment.
Exactly.
I don't know if you like Star Wars. If you do, I mean, it's pretty famous. Anyway.
Well,
yes, thank you. But
that's hoodoo thing. We overcome one hoodoo already this season at Everton.
We did, so hopefully we can maintain that against Pep Guardiola's City on Sunday. I think it is massively on him. He's got to get it right. He's got to outclass Pep, and that's so hard to do because he keeps you guessing. His sides just won a treble, but it's on for me, Mikel Arteta. I know the last time I feel like it kind of went down to the players when Tomiyasu made a mistake, and he got his pocket picked, and they beat us here. I think this one is heavily on Mikel Arteta, but hopefully he gets on Sunday.
I think this place is going to be loud. I think it's going to go mad on Sunday.
It's going to be a cauldron.
Yeah, and we need it to be. I think the Emirates atmosphere in the last few years is, it can compete with most. And these fans, I really believe, will get behind these players. If Arteta gets that 11 right, and when I say right, I'm saying get physicality in midfield, make it really uncomfortable for City, make them really, even if they have a lot of the ball, even if we can't get into our rhythm, leave a little bit on them without picking up silly yellows and sending it off and anything like that. I'm just saying, get stuck into them, make it uncomfortable. And if they do, see that 2-1 defeat 2 years ago, the January 2022, New Year's Day. The reason we were so proud of our team was because we went toe-to-toe with them. But when City won that game at the end, you saw, as much as the Arsenal players, a lot of the City players kind of fell to the floor, if I remember correctly. I was at the game. They were just like, there was relief, oh my word. we're made to work for. That's all you can ask of the team. You're going up against treble winners who've spent more than you over the last 10, 15 years, who have the best manager in the world, have some of the best players in world football, albeit 2 of them out, but okay. The least you can do is make them fall to the ground like that at full time again, to the point where they think, wow, we had to work.
I can remember one of those
wanna
players,
stick 'em on
he's
it, stick it
out
on
for
'em.
this weekend actually, Kevin De Bruyne. Remember a
Yeah.
few years ago, he came here, I think they won something like 3-0
Had
or
a field
3-1.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
He scored, and I think he disrespected us in the interview after on Match of the Day. He described it as one of his easiest Premier League games. So if you go back to that
I
and you
need
come
that.
now, this is what I'm saying.
That
This
was
is a
the game.
benchmark.
That was the game that made Vinay Venkatesham and whoever was involved in the hiring process of the next manager step things up and go, we need to get someone in. I believe
need-
that
right.
night or the night after, they were knocking on Mikel's door.
And
So that's what I'm
And he
saying.
references that game, Mikel.
Absolutely. So that's what I'm saying, that this game on Sunday is like a benchmark, because I'll be looking out for the attitude of the players, the way they deal with the pressure, the way they deal with the challenge. And I want to see by the end of that game, I want to be able to look you man in the eye and say, you know what, we're ready to challenge City.
Yeah,
Yes,
I need more of that. I need something that galvanises this team. It is early on in the season, but if you look at all the past teams, City last season, the Chargers come out, and it felt like, Big Steve talks about it all the time, it galvanised them. They come together, they felt as one together with the fans, the players. They said, it's us against the world. I've just watched the David Beckham documentary on Netflix, and he talks about it's us against the world. And when he was in the United side, like they had their own little cauldron, and they went on to win things. You see, Liverpool, Liverpool as a city, as a community, as a team, they are their own little community. They galvanise each other. We've seen the atmosphere. We saw what happened last season when Xhaka did that thing, and it kind of galvanised the crowd. And those little moments, even the VAR decision that happened with Liverpool last weekend, I think that's going to galvanise them. They're going to kick on. I need more of that. Like that time when Kevin De Bruyne said that in the post-match press conference. I need more.
You know
of
what's
that.
funny about everything you just said there? Yes, except for one person in that ground, and that is Mikel Arteta. If he is the picture of calm and faith and belief in
this
his
is what
team,
I think we missed.
But the fans make all the noise you want, the players play with all the heart you want, and Arteta he'll fight for his team, he'll challenge
He
for every
will.
decision. And I love that. I love that we have a manager who does that. But if he is just the picture of composure on the touchline, like, I know what my team can do, because the closer we've come to beating them was when he wasn't there. And I'm not saying that's because he wasn't there, but he delivered a great, we saw it in the All or Nothing documentary, it was a great speech at the beginning, think forward, pass forward, play forward, all that. And the players just went and did their thing. Let them do their thing, and I honestly think we can come get a win. What's your score prediction, Laurie? You take a draw.
I will take a draw.
Oh,
but,
What's your score
but you know
prediction?
what? I'm trying to sound a note of positivity. That's been the theme all the way through.
Go on,
so I'm
Ty.
going to be consistent with that theme. And I'm going to say in a hard-fought game, we emerge winners in a 3-2 win. It's going to be goals.
Go on.
2-1 City or 2-1 Arsenal.
Daddy's going before me.
One of the. It's gonna be. I think it'll be 2-1. They score goals. We don't keep clean sheets at home, so it's gonna be 2-1. Either way, though. Either way. 2-1 either way for me.
Pick one.
2-1
Score prediction.
I know. I just mean it's even gonna be 2-1.
You know
2-1
what?
City.
When you finish your career with AFTV, I guarantee that you'll get a job doing motivational speaking.
I actually do that at football clubs, funny enough. I actually speak to young players about transition. So I already have a job in that, but thank you very much. Anyway.
I'm not sure you'll be getting anything anytime soon. All right, players, this is your one and only chance. Make of it what you can. I wouldn't take a draw because I think we can beat them. And I think we will beat them 3-1. That's my prediction.
I just want to say, when I said a draw, I'm saying I will take that.
No, I get what
That's
you mean.
what I
It's
want.
not a bad result.
So I want to clarify that. It's not the end of the world if we get a draw. But
if you offered it to me right now, no.
No, I mean, no,
thanks.
we
Let's
want to
play- let's
win.
play
But
the
what I'm
90.
saying, as we said, it's not I wouldn't say it's season defining the result. I'm saying that this is a benchmark as to where we are in terms of the season going
All right.
forward.
Everyone, we hope we've inspired you. At least 2 of us have tried to. Listen,
how I feel.
a lot of people will be feeling this way, and I get it. And there's every chance that after the 90 minutes of full time, I'm going, James, you idiot.
Just hope the players are not
These
thinking
are
that.
the treble winners. Of course you're going to find it. But I just think the time is now. Surely this can be Arsenal's coming of age moment. And whatever happens, nothing is defined today, or today on Sunday. But it's a big opportunity, and
massive.
they're few and far between in football. Yes, there's a lot of big games, but how often are you hosting the treble winners at home, in a chance to get 3 points overtake them in the table at home in front of your crowd early in the season. I'll tell you how many times it happens once. Once in the 38 games in the league do you get this opportunity. So Arsenal, do everything you can to take it. Let us know your score predictions
the challenge.
in the comments below. Absolutely embrace the challenge. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. Lots of updates. Go check out all the super fan debates. It got very, very lively in a lot of those debates as well. Previews, predict 11s, all that, and all the coverage on Sunday on AFTV from starting 11 to match reaction to full time. We'll see you in a bit.